foolish reader. Your so-called friends. You are accomplice to their hateful plot. They are exploiting you. You shall never have your freedom.
I mean, we already discussed I can't get my freedom. You're not telling me anything new there, voice buddy. Sorry. By dawn, you are already up and about after a troubled slumber. The Black Wagon is prepared for its final voyage to the fall of Sliam. No one speaks. As you lift into the skies, the lone minstrel raises his voice, cutting through the somber mood. Reader, a certain olden ballad comes to mind just now. I think it may befit the circumstance. Perhaps it may help to pass the time along our flight. Would you mind very much if I were to play this song, The Nightwings? By all means. You urge the lone minstrel to play his ballad so that all among you might hear it. He begins without another word.
When the stars align, the rights shall come to bear. Illuminate the signs, the exiles shall be there. All are not the same, but three shall be as one. Freedom in flame, the end has just begun. Strength may break our own, but twisted make up brave. Together on their own, the journey shall be made. The journey shall be made.
You touch down amid the great heights of Mount Aladale to make pilgrimage to the summit for one last time. There, one last liberation rite shall soon commence. There, one last exile shall regain his or her freedom. All others shall remain to carry out their sentences here in the downside for the remainder of their lives. And in the Commonwealth, the plan for which you are a part shall either come to fruition or shall be suppressed. After having landed, you join Bertrude on an expedition to the monument of Molten Millith for what is likely to be the final time. We beseech ye, ancient gods of the last age, and we invoke thy aid. We have traveled far to gain this summit many times, and stood steadfast with our compatriots who seek to leave this place. We offer ye our services eternally, if ye would grant us such a boon to ensure our triumph in the coming night. Long would ye serve ye, O ancient gods, should ye accept our offer here and now. Soon she is finished, you return to the wagon in silence, feeling though Molten Millith has shown you favor. At dawn you shall begin your last ascent, for now your vocations may occupy what little time you have to spare. You notice Bertrude studying the Beyonder crystal. She sets it down as you approach. The mouthy wraith rebuketh our attempt to summon her. She insisteth we are too young to understand. She must be referring to Sandra. It seems that Bertrude may be unable to invoke her. Stubborn that one, possessing of an ancient understanding, olden ways and olden times. Many centuries of history, knowledge of the 8 scribes themselves, held captive here, within that green tinged stone, within that wraith's own memories. Would that we could extract them in some way. Perhaps thou could induce the wraith's obedience, reading one, for she heedeth not. She claimeth obligations unto only thee. Although, She stops and thinks carefully. The Beyonder crystal is not to be tampered with. Your fellow exiles know that its use is at your sole discretion. She backs away from you, still thinking to herself. Ignores our inquiries about this, reading one. Our reckoning has taken us elsewhere. Her refusal to cooperate is like to be an ancient warning of some sort. 'Tis possible that others of the southern bogs know something of her, but we shall not be tampering further with such sorceries ourselves. That the wraith refuses to cooperate suggesteth her predicament is suitably deserved. She heads out in a huff, but just as the air grows still and quiet, you sense something from the beyonder crystal. Mouthy wraith, she says. Can you believe it, reader? To be so young and foolish again. Sandra the Unseen laughs to herself. Your proximity to the beyonder crystal must have been sufficient to invoke her, in this case. That crone of yours is far too curious, I think, but it appears that even she has learned her lesson in this case. Thank the stars I am beholden to no more than one among you Nightwings at this time, and thank the stars that happens to be you rather than her. And if that crone attempts to lay her fingers on my beholder crystal again, I shall have to torment her dreams until she's my age. Do feel free to mention that if it comes up. Now, farewell. You know where to find me, lovely reader. Damn. Don't fuck with Sandra. She vanishes. It seems that Sandra proved resistant to Bertrude's tampering. If so much history is trapped within the beyonder crystal, there it shall remain for the foreseeable future. I do appreciate the effort to make small talk with me, reader. Anything to break from the monotony of staring at the void within this place. Not that I could see it if I tried. She laughs at this, or maybe at herself. Certainly I can make talk with my fellow Beyonders, trapped here as they are with me. You might expect that we would all keep each other company. There is just one problem there, however. We are all sick of one another. She laughs again, perhaps not at her joke, but instead at her predicament. I do exaggerate to some extent, but there is a certain truth in this. We have been stuck together long enough that we have grown more distant rather than more close. But I had best not wear out my welcome with the likes of you, as I have long since done with the others that are here. So carry on for now, and if those fools with whom you travel learn something, come bring them forth to me, and I shall see to it they learn some more. I probably should have talked to her more during the story. I forgot I could do that. Whoops. Oh, I was checking. Who was I leveling up? Famitha? No, I already leveled her up. What was I doing? I can max you out. I can get Gilman. Oh, it's there. I think Bertrude's is probably better. I think that's better than anything I can get from Gilman at this point. To the top. A messenger imp with news and rumors from the other side comes huffing towards your wagon, here in the splendors of Mount Eladil. You let it in and offer it some light refreshment, as Ruki would have done. The imp's message turns out to be about him. You learn Ruki's past transgressions have all been forgiven since his return to the Commonwealth. He was even offered a well-appointed home and place of business. It must have represented just the kind of lavish lifestyle that Ruki always claimed to have had for himself and his extended family. Eventually, and somewhat reluctantly, however, he refused the gifts. Instead, he tracked down Wolfred's agents and gave them ample information, thus emboldening their ranks. The last bit of the message sounds as though it was transcribed word for word from something Ruki said. It simply reads, "The rest of you better get back here soon, or else." You thank the messenger for the report. Soon, it has all your companions talk. Hard to believe he would have turned down living in that kind of luxury, though maybe he got used to it out here. I had every faith our friend Ruki would stand tall and rise to the occasion. The noble Ruki, he sets a shining example unto us all. We understand this Ruki holds no small degree of influence, at least among his kind. Don't you think he must be sad to have turned down a house? I hope he isn't sad. The news of Ruki's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. The messenger accepts some scraps to eat from you and rushes off. +1 hope. You stand before the scribe's gate with your companions. The gate guardian is there, as ever, but you sense something different in her. The exiles of the Nightwings. We shall not meet again after the coming right. Tariq and I, it shall be time we take our rest, I think. Greetings, Celeste. I would tell you that the Nightwings prepare, though this time I am uncertain anyone amongst us feels thus. We have a duty to uphold, Tariq. And then what, Celeste? And then nothing, not for the rights or us, not till the dawn of a new age. Now the Nightwings step forward. Please state your names and what it is you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one your fellow exiles approach her, now with sureness in their step. If I may, my name is Volfred Sandalwood. I long as yet to see an age where freedom is one's birthright, and no longer are good people such as these forced to contend for it. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. This knight's never-ending quest for honor shan't end here, yet first he has a noble duty to uphold. Oh, my name is Faye, and I am here because of the scribes. This is the path they have shown me, and all of us. I like it when they call to me. We are called Big Bertrude. We seek to fulfill the plan of Sandalwood, for we are fond of him and his beliefs, and then to go about our business. Pamitha Thane here. I came seeking my blood sister Tamitha's forgiveness. Since she ended up in here because of me, maybe something good can come of it as yet. Finally, you step forth once more. You, a common wanderer who longs to regain his freedom, and who managed to come this far with this group. The gate guardian observes you for a moment, then motions past the archway towards the summit. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Except for you, Tariq. You stay right there. I thought you said that the rites are not yet ended, Tariq. He looks to you, then over to the rest of you. Pardon me, everyone. I shall be there when the stars align. The gate guardian and lone minstrel remain together as the rest of you depart. You have gained the summit of Mount Eladiel for the 7th time, the final time in which any one of you shall have a chance to leave the downside. Hey guys. I guess you probably heard the big news, huh? Yeah, I'm going out of business here, I guess. Just hasn't been the same, you know, with all the stars fading out and stuff. Anyways, just wanted to say, you guys are great, and I sure am gonna miss having you guys as customers and all that. But got some good news too, though. My stuff's all on sale now, and I will throw a little extra there, just for you, okay? So, enjoy, and maybe I'll be seeing you guys around, okay? Wow, 5% off. Great. Wow, plus 20. That'd be good if I kept any little talismans, which I didn't. Man, 5%. Well, what a bargain. Just gonna stack up on these things for this one. Two presents. Quickness. Fuck it, let's just go 3 presents. 3 presents and a quickness for a runner. Bam. That's how you get a repeat customer there, Dad. You give him a deal. Yeah, 5%. Some deal, buddy. I don't even know who I'm using yet. Probably Bertha. Probably like Bertha Pamitha Gilman. I'll decide when I get in there. You have gained the summit of Mount Aladil for the 7th time. Very few stars remain above to light your way as you await the commencement of the final liberation rite. The lone minstrel finds you clutching the Book of Rites, seeking there perhaps some bit of wisdom that has eluded you thus far. Reader, we may not have a chance to speak again after this. I may have to go. I wish to say that I am grateful for having made your acquaintance, and I shall remember you with fondness. I wish you well this night and always. Go forth with glory. Then he looks up and extends his hand in friendship. You clasp it. You see Pamitha has joined you. All of your companions are with... Okay, I think that's a typo. I think it's not me this time. All of your companions are with her. In fact. I think that's one too many withs. Or maybe it's just really have to be an English major, and that's actually proper English. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's a typo though. Well, reader darling, what do you say we give those old scribes a real show to remember? Then shall we? It is strange for me to say given the circumstances of our meeting, reader, but it has truly been a pleasure. Onward now. Let us achieve our plan. Master reader, it has been this night's greatest honor to have served with you. Let this be our most glorious stand yet. Reading one, thou art both wiser and less irritating than most others of thy kind. We have learned something from thee, and we are grateful. Oh, hi mister, the others, they said they wanted me to join them and come talk to you, so here I am. The scribes are watching us. You look upon your fellow exiles, your companions, with whom you have withstood the downside, and with whom you shall now conduct the final rite. Begging your pardon, but my time has come. We shall see each other soon. He departs. After this night, the outcome of Wolford's plan, the plan which you all have been a part, shall be decided, one way or another. For now, all you can do is strive to prevail against your final adversaries, so that one last companion may go free. You rise to join your fellow exiles as the last remaining stars ignite.
For one last time, upon the fall of Solium, dear reader, hear me for one last time. For soon, the few remaining stars shall fade away, leaving you stranded there for your remaining days in that forsaken land where you deserve to be. The rabble that you roused here in the Commonwealth shall be put down. The exiles whom you liberated, all shall fall in line. But first, let us get on with this last liberation rite. You face none other than yourselves. Each so unlike the glorious Nightwings of yore. 'Tis a shame that one of you shall soon be free, for you deserve each other.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Before the lone minstrel can concur as per the custom. Not another word. The demon Oralek slowly raises his clawed fingers to his mask. The false Nightwings have arrived at last. Long have I awaited this. My freedom once was stolen from me, then I was cheated of it, here upon this mountaintop. You may now attempt to take it from me once more. He stands there for a moment, silent, then Oralek dons his mask and stands prepared. May these damned rites cease forever for the misery which they caused. Nightwings, we shall not meet again after tonight, for the cycle of rites is all but ended. Thus, I would have your decision, on whose behalf shall you conduct this final liberation rite? The one whom you anoint, or else the exile or elect shall be returned. Godspeed, reader. You know what is at stake better than I. I have utmost faith in you to make the best decision and conduct this right with glory. Nightwings, the stars remaining light grow dim. Your decision, please. It is time now to choose who, if anyone among you, shall go free this one last time. The rest of you shall remain in the downside to the end of your days. One by one, you meet the gazes of each of your fellow exiles. Pamitha, Faye, Fulfred, Sir Gilman, Bertrude. Your fellow exiles, your companions, your friends. Together you have come this far, but now the downside and the rights conspire to tear your group apart and disrupt your plan. What happens if you say no? I mean, with but a glance, you reassure your fellow exiles that you know what to do.
One final opportunity for salvation. Too bad for the rest of you.
Well, I can't send Gilman home. Yeah, guess I'm gonna go with Pamitha, like I said. Gilman will be fine. He has plenty of ways to search his for his honor and glory down here. I'm going to Pamitha. I think it's only fair that we send her sister home. I tell you that you made a terrible mistake there, your darling, but I think you haven't made as many as I have, so I'll try not to mess up this one for either of us. Your choice is cast. As for your other companions, you sense a clarity of thought and purpose in each of them. They stand ready to support Pamitha as well as you.
Who shall stand with her?
That will is ours, read one. Let the remaining stars shed their last light upon our ceremony here. What do these guys have anyways? Imp, Demon, Savage. One has a Mooncrest, one has Quickness. The Imp has Quickness. I don't know, I think we go with the defensive. I like the defensive setup. Oh shit, I forgot to... Fuck. I forgot to, put the shit on them. I was so busy thinking about who I was gonna choose. I guess I can't now. Oh, right, I can do this. Yeah. There we go. Fix it.
One final opportunity for salvation. Too bad for the rest of you.
I restarted. I forgot to put these buffs on them before I did, and I can't like reselect them after I've chosen them to give said buffs. I should give her the quickness too, because she's gonna be doing a lot of the running.
Pamitha. Who shall lend her support? Bertrude.
All the presents.
Volfred.
Assuredly, my boy. Besides, we stand against Orlek. It is fitting that I should have to confront him myself.
Predictably decided.
Those are to be my adversaries, then. And who is it, I wonder? Who asserts his will over that group? You You sense Orlek searching for you, almost reaching out to you. You, the shadow of the false night wings. They are nothing to me but you who would relinquish your own liberty for the sake of them? Strange. It is fitting then that I should have to face one such as you. Then Orlek stands at the ready, signaling for his 2 allies to do the same. By the light of dawn, the cycle of the rites shall cease. Let us see if we can finish this ordeal before that time. The sky above begins to shudder. The final liberation rite is about to commence. Tariq? Aye, I am prepared, Celeste. Then let our song this evening shake the stars themselves. Aye, Celeste, let us make sure of it.
The final chance at liberation.
Wear the remnants once again. I could not simply stand by and do nothing, Orlek. Yet that is what you did when we last stood together on this blasted mountain. I fell. You simply stood. Orlek, what shall it take for you to be convinced I took no part in your betrayal? Orlek seems to consider the question, but only for a moment. Give me my damn freedom. Let it prevail, here and now. Would you promise to uphold our plan, to bring about a better Commonwealth? No, I make no promises. I owe you nothing. Then I am sorry, Orlek. My love of country comes before all else. More than your freedom and our friendship is at stake. Your love be damned, Wilfred. Let us stand as adversaries, then. The sky rains ash. Soon shall your pyres own mingle with them. Just then, the skies above begin to rain down fire, the final throes of the cycle of the rites and the ending of the age. What? Hello?
So fiercely fought. Sinners. That was the last of them.
Go.
Has gone in. Since Pyre burns brighter for now. Ah, yes.
So the false Nightwings bear their fangs at last. But that cannot be your finest effort. You think you deserve your freedom more than I? Then fight for it, damn you.
How he has changed, that relic. Grown old and bitter below these many years. No sign of the true Nightwings at this time. Yes,
Oops.
by the scribes.
Messed it up a little bit. Fly away! Oh, almost.
Oh. Be gone. All of the Nightwings banished.
It's fine. Get slowed, you dumbasses.
Now, take it. A swift recovery.
Oh, get juked.
Sword right in.
Orlex stands, breathing heavily. He looks back on the thick line of flame that is his smoldering Pyre, before turning his attention back to your triumvirate. Wait, what did Wolfred die? I don't know. He's super slow though, so should be fine. Oh, was that a stamina? Oh,
And
got
there
it.
it is at last.
Whew. That's pretty intense.
Nightwings proved their worth. As for their adversaries, they did not. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen.
Not bad there, reader darling. Just another night in the downside, no? You look upon Pamitha for what you should expect be the last time you see each other. Any moment now, this shimmer pool shall engulf her. Any moment now, she shall return to glory and join with Wolfred's agents in the Commonwealth to help achieve the plan. Any moment now, the cycle of the rites shall end, until at least the dawn of a new age. Any moment now.
And thus, the scribes have chosen. And thus, the scribes have chosen. And thus, the scribes have chosen. No. Nightwings. Reader. What have you done?
Damn, did we already miss our chance? Each prior time upon the fall of Silium, the Shimmer Pool was opened, following the liberation rate, and taken in whichever exile prevailed. But now, all is still, and the light of the stars above us has all but died. You sense a growing fear that it is already too late, that the Shimmer Pool shall not reveal itself again. Orlick approaches, his head bowed. The 8 scribes shaved their greatest treachery for last. Then something else catches his notice. Wait. A sudden rush of starlight cascades through the stillness of the summit. The Shimmer Pool has appeared again, different, somehow, but open. Pamitha looks upon it, but it does not engulf her, or at least not yet. It seems I was mistaken then. The 8 scribes. This is not their greatest treachery, it is their greatest jest. The Shimmer Pool is flung wide open. It seems that all are worthy now of freedom. Orlick strides towards the Shimmer Pool, but... Halt, Orlick. Orlick glances over at the minstrel, almost in surprise. The Shimmer Pool has lost most of its strength. You step inside and you shall surely drown, of that I can assure you. He laughs to himself at this. Then we have all been cheated. No, the Shimmer Pool is revealed, and one of you may still return as planned. But as for who returns, someone shall have to choose, ere the last light of the stars is extinguished, and the rites cease to be. This is the final trial of the scribes. The final trial of the scribes. Then, our confrontation, the liberation rite, it was all meaningless. No, the victor of the confrontation is to be the one to make the choice amongst those closest to the scribes, either the anointed or he who anointed them. Though it's sounding rather like I can get out of here, though maybe you can, reader darling? Hey, it shall be either you, the reader, or... It shall be either or. Pamitha, please make your decision quickly, lest it shall be forfeit. I do not know for how long, much longer, the light of the stars shall offer you this gift. Quite the dilemma, but I think I know which way I'm leaning here. Reader darling, do me a favor, now. Go, get out of here, before I go start having second thoughts. Pamitha wishes to give up her freedom so that you may regain yours. Very well. Reader sir, the choice which Pamitha made, or rather, the choice which she gave, is now yours to make instead. This choice, it may keep bouncing back and forth like this? Absurd. It may, until such time as one of you is willing to accept the burden and the outcome of the choice. That is the trial, and I fear there is little time remaining now. Reader, if you and your companion are too cordial with each other to accept that freedom, either one of you, then I shall gladly take it. Freedom ought to be more than some flirtatious trifle to exchange. Reader, what is your will? Decided. You have chosen Pamitha. She looks at you with astonishment. Pamitha, madame, do you accept the reader's choice, or shall you make another? Sure, why not? Thank you, darling. I guess I'll owe you one. When next we meet, in this life or the next. Then, it is done. You see a look of genuine surprise flash across Pamitha's face, and then... she is gone.
Godspeed, Pamitha Thane. By the scribes. No stars remain aloft. The cycle of the rites. It is finished. The Commonwealth. What shall become of it? What shall become of us? Nightwings. The opportunity to gain your freedom from the downside. Was it not enough?
That night, the exile Pamitha returned to the Commonwealth. She was to be the last. The stars had faded, and the cycle of the rites had run its course. She found the Commonwealth in a state of unrest. Spurred by the efforts of foul, liberated exiles, Wilfred Sandalwood's revolutionary plan had incited the masses. These exiles and the starless sky portended the return of the scribes. The rulers of the Commonwealth pushed back. Fighting broke out in the streets, in spite of Sandalwood's intentions. It was then that the High Wing remnants chose to strike. Allegations that the High Wing remnants were in league with Sandalwood were never proven. However, there was no denying that the result of the two-pronged attack. After enduring for almost a millennium, the Commonwealth had fallen. The new Sarian Union declared its sovereignty in the next year. Among the changes its elected leaders ushered in, they vowed never to cast their people into exile. And they abolished the old Commonwealth decree forbidding literacy. Today, we still remember all of this. And we remember the exiles at the downside, whose deeds led to the dawning of our age, whether they returned or not.